Here on the main stage, on the executive stage, we have transforming the way we work at our hotel together. So we're gonna have Danielle and John Soto here with us, and I will leave you two on stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher. Okay, John, so you can share now your screen. Thank you so much. Please go ahead, share again. Thanks. Well, okay, so let me do a little introduce. Thank you, John, for attending, and thank you for all the attendees that we have right now. We have the pleasure to have John Soto here. Unfortunately, Daniel Cabrales, who was the CEO of the Hotel Zuana, couldn't be with us this time, but John got everything covered. So John is going to share the information with us, all the presentation that was prepared for us. So John, welcome. Thank you very much for sharing again the information. Okay. So we are seeing your screen now. John, can you hear me?
You guys are cutting out. I can't really hear you. Let me
I
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Go ahead. Thank you, John. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for being here. Today, I want to share a little bit about the history of what we're doing and how everything is working here at Zuana Beach Resort. So, let me start by telling you a little bit of our history. Zuana has been a part of Santa Barbara for 28 years. We're operating 331 rooms and projected an 80% occupancy for 2025. In 2024, we hosted more than 12,000 guests at the hotel. And we have over 489 employees working together. For 2027, our vision is to become the leading family vacation hotel in the Caribbean and top choice for events in Santa Marta. To reach this vision, we must transform the way we work. This is how something that we wanted to implement, and this is how we started working with Lean, because we thought that we had an operation that had many faults and a lot of things that we needed to change. And our partnership with Lean, the Lean Institute, was what took us to the next step to be able to improve all the things that we needed to change. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of our journey. And previously, we were operating under a traditional management style. We had hierarchy, key structures, silo work across different areas, and instability in management systems. Most people were treated equally with no differential by level. Solutions were top-down, limiting teams' involvement. And this showed us that we needed to work more effectively. We needed a modern approach to the way we're doing things here at the hotel. Now we're shifting towards a lean culture. Our focus became stronger teams, real problem solvers, and more participation. Some of the tools that we implemented when we're working with Lean was A3 thinking, standardized work, value stream mapping, daily management, and an OA. These tools made the process simpler, clearer, and more effective. Teams were more empowered, engagement was higher, and the results were more stable. The journey has evolved in phases. Each step builds maturity and stronger collaboration. The journey covers three main stages. The first semester of 2024, second semester of 2024, and part three, the first semester of 2025. I want to show you how progressive we started transforming the organization. So we began with understanding our organization structure. We analyzed the hierarchy levels, the headcount distribution, and the span of control. This helped us identify structural gaps, preventing efficient flow. We proposed a new feature organization. So with these changes, we started the changes in the organization. We proposed feature. I'm not sure how to say it. We standardized 4 points where the whole company should work towards that place, and became through our value streams. We implemented 5 daily management boards in the different areas: food and beverage, accommodations, harvest, and housekeeping. We introduced daily management meetings and Gemba walks. This created rhythm, visibility, and more consistent operations. And the second part of our journey, we focus on aligning with hotel priorities. We implemented Ocean Country. We built a strategic link room. We created and launched 9 strategic A3s. I'm sorry. This helped us to control risk, focus on critical goals, and coordinate improvement. So when we started doing this A3, it had significant results. We went from having a 2.5% international guests at the hotel, and to increasing that, and we became stronger with our position online. Breakfast cost deviation improved from 10% above target to 0.4 below target. So this meant we were, improving our margin. Microbiological compliance, the results that we were doing in our different areas, in the restaurants, the homes and stuff like that, we increased from 83% to 93%. We started to effectively close findings, risk findings, something as simple as different products that we were finding in the hotel, and we were able to improve that from a 52% to 81%. That's a big improvement. One of the more significant for us was our NPS, our Net Promoter Score, went from 424 to 434. And we're moving towards our goal, that is 485. So as we can see, Lean is not just a theory, it has delivered measurable improvements. We're able to see like the different things that we've achieved or improved in our hotel. In part 3, deepen our Lean practice. We built and strengthened our Ovelia room. We committed strategic deployment. We collaborated with the Global Network to accelerate learning. At this stage, Lean became more integrated in our culture and not just our tools. Results of part 3, earning and improvement. We have key results in 2025 in the first semester include. We had a gastronomic offering increased from 55% to 80%. Our order lead time was reduced from 15 to 40 minutes to just 10 to 15 minutes. How this was done? When we started going to the place where we were, where the kitchen was. We started, with this game of walk, we wanted to see what was really going on in everything here. So we started to analyze all the different positions where the teams were situated, the kitchen, the stove, the refrigerator, and all that. And by arranging these things, we were able to reduce times in our production lines from 15 to 40 to 10 to 15 minutes. In housekeeping, the room cleaning went from 41 minutes to 31 minutes per room. We had an 80% reduction in trips to the cleaning cart. We started seeing that the maid would go in and out of the room to get different tools or to get the broom, the mop, the blankets and the linen and all that. So we built the strategies so that she wouldn't have to go in so many times in and out. And all of these were simple things, but we were able to reduce our times by 10 minutes. Work to load balancing. Balance increased from 55 to 88% in the main restaurant because we have different setups here at the hotel. We have 7 pools. We have, 7 restaurants, and a lot of the food was processed in one place and was distributed to the different places from there. So if you order something and you were in one of the pools, it would be made in our main kitchen and then transported all the way to the pool area. Or if you were in a further by the beach or something like that, it would be the same process. So we analyzed all this and we built independent kitchens, which with satellite kitchens will be closer to the service, and this allowed to be faster. Throughout this journey, we learned 3 important lessons. Short experiments helped us learn faster. We were able to practice and try different things, and that's what made us improve and be better. Because if we used to think that having a long process to be able to design and develop and start working on something, that's what was really going to help us, but no, we learned that we can try little things, but those little things is what adds up to making a better experience or shortening times that we have with our guests. So all those little experiments, because if you only take something that you can do in a day or 2 days, and you see the result, whether it works or not, and if not, you just discard it and try something else. Instead of doing the normal thing where we would stay, and let's say for a month, or let's say for 2 months, let's see the development, let's see the numbers. But no, here we would just, make small experiments and make them quick, and we were able to see big changes. We also learned that Gemba walks are essential. If we're not doing these Gemba walks, we're not doing anything. We need to be able to be part of the work. We need to be able to understand everything that's going on in the ground floors, because if we're not doing this, how can we improve the operation? How can we, tell somebody in the kitchen how to work faster if we haven't been there? How do we tell them to operate and manage their time if we've never been there to be part of this? So that's why it's important for all of our teams to develop these Gemba walks daily. So normally in the morning, the first thing that I do is go out, do my Gemba walk, and be able to see what the day-to-day life in the hotel, everything that the customers are seeing, and I can live them too, and that way I can find those different problems and we can attack those problems immediately. So that's very important. There is enormous potential ahead if we continue strengthening standardized work. That's very important as well because when we tend to do things our own way, there's always going to be a different way. Somebody will do it a different way, is going to try to do it, add a little bit. If it's a cocktail, they're not going to follow the standard to it. And we learned that we had to do everything with standardized work. We needed to be able to present a drink or a cocktail to one person, and I can have another person make it, and it has to look the same. It has to taste the same. It has to have the same decorations. It has to be identical. The same thing when we, in the restaurant, when we serve a plate, everything has to be the same way. In our rooms, if you go into one of our rooms, you're gonna find that the notepad is situated in certain spots, pointing at a 45-degree angle. But if you go to any of the other rooms, it's gonna be the same way. Because if we leave it up to, to every person to make a decision, there's not gonna be we're not gonna have that standard, and we're always gonna leave ourselves open to have problems with this. So standardized work became very important to us. So lean to us is not just a project; it's a mindset and a way of working, and that's what we wanted to get to. Here our group was, we started working with lean, and first it started with all the major heads of the hotel. So we had people from the quality department, housekeeping, front desk, laundry, different areas where we started working together to be able to bring this project ahead. And once the team, the directing team had a little bit more experience in lean and that understood a little bit more, we started involving the rest of the crew. We started involving those 489 people that we work with. We started to be able to share that knowledge with them and let them know that what the importance was to us of making this work. And when they saw that, they were able to become part of it. So now, you can ask the director how the Oveja works. And you could go and ask somebody in housekeeping, a maid, or you can ask somebody, one of the bellboys, how the Oveja works, and they will be able to tell you how it works and what the purpose is of having that Oveja. So that became very important to us. I don't know if you guys have any questions at this time or.
Thank you, John. John, thank you very much for the information you just shared with us. This is a part of this journey that you have started last year, and here we are. So we got a couple of questions that I would like to read to you. The first of all said, what role did visual management play in improving services quality?
I'm sorry, Daniel, I can't hear you. I'm gonna stop sharing it and I'm gonna see if I can read it because I can't, I couldn't hear you.
Don't worry. Can you hear me? Can you
Do you prefer me to continue sharing in case you want to go back?
Don't worry. I will send it to you anyway. It says, I just shared to you the question. Can you hear me?
Okay, let me real quick. I'm sorry.
No worry.
Well, like as I mentioned, we had a big problem with everybody. The hotel is divided by directors, right? So we have the room division director, we have maintenance director, we have a sales director, IT director, and human resources director. And on top of that is Daniel, which is our general manager or CEO. So all these groups were divided because, well, I was the rooms division director. So I was focused on my operations and how I needed to work and what was best for my operation. So it was always, that's why I mentioned that we worked in silos, because I was worried about my operation, but I wasn't really paying attention to sales area or to the IT department or to the maintenance. And I was just focused on what I needed to get done in my area. And everybody was working the same way. So let's say IT would have a new idea or they would propose something to better their area, but it wasn't working together as a group. So once we started working with Lean, um, we were able to see and understand, and that's why we had a mission. We had an overall mission for the hotel, right? Which is to become uh, the leading hotel in Santa Marta for events and creating memorable experiences to our guests. That was the main, but we didn't have that information to where, let's say, the financial director would share what my budget was for the month, let's say. But the IT department didn't have any knowledge of what that budget was or the other areas. So we were, they treated us as separate companies. So I would give results for my area, and everybody was looking to give or show some results for their independent area. But we were not working together in the overall experience to make a one, I'm not sure how to say it, like one goal for the hotel.
Good.
Once we started working with Lean, we were able to do that.
Sure. Thank you, John. The next questions, I will send it to you. It's on the chat. It says, what is the big step for your staff and your managers to let staff start to co-create? And how will be done and to let managers give up some control?
That was a big step because normally, well, I speak up my own. It was hard for me to let go of things. I wanted to have control of everything, or I wanted to be able to make the big decisions. And I think that we were all working like that here. So it was hard to be able to open up and bring everybody into this new method where they could afford and they could share their ideas or share their point of view and help us grow. I'm because like I said, now when we do this game ball walks, or when I do this game ball walks, I can have somebody from housekeeping come and tell me, look, I was thinking that maybe we can move this over here because it's gonna benefit us. It's gonna make it faster or something like that. And it's something that maybe I never saw. So this it was hard giving up this or sharing this with everybody and open ourselves to everyone's ideas and all that, but that's where the good work comes from. That's where we were able to better things. Like I said, in the kitchen, we were able to start listening to the people from the kitchen and saying, well, look, I have my stove here, but when I need to get something from the refrigerator, I have to walk 45 steps down the hall to get what I needed. Why don't you guys put this over here? And it's gonna make time go a lot further because I don't have to go 45 steps away. I could just step 2 steps and have everything next to me. So it was complicated, but now it has become a part of us. And like I said, it is something that every day in our game walks, we run into and people will come and tell us different ideas. And since we have that openness to try new things, it allows us to do that. Like, okay, well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. It's not going to kill us to try something new today.
You're kind of creating this secure environment for all the employees on the hotel. That's such a
Right.
big achievement, actually. Okay, thank you, John. We got another question. It says, I will send it to you anyway. How do you check that the people can still work to the standard? And how do you deal with the problems when they can't?
Well, what we've done, we've fixed the standardized work. So in the kitchen, everybody was how would you say? I'm not sure. We gave them, we retrained them because let's say I'm serving the plate like as I mentioned, or serving a cocktail. Everybody had their own little twist to it, you know, because I think instead of a lemon on the cocktail, I want to put a mint leaf on it or something like that. And when we were able to standardize with everyone, and the food and beverage director decided this is how this presentation should be, and it was approved, then we trained everybody. We sat them down and we told them, look, this is the new training. We gave them a step by step, and it was basically a guide for dummies to sort of speak of to where they would understand what the process is and how it has to be done. When someone doesn't want to understand the importance of that, what we normally do is just talk to these people again and show them what our customers are saying. Because since we do a survey at the end of every stay, a lot of times they'll mention, I order a pina colada at the pool, and then I ordered one at the beach, and it was different. Or I went to this restaurant and I found this different than that. So we give them this feedback, and we're able to sit down and let them know that our customers are the ones who need this. We want to create a great experience for our customers, and this is what allows us to do that. Because if we start doing it our own way, well, it's not going to be the way it works. So we just try to retrain them, and we constantly do these trainings. It's not like it was done at the beginning when we decided to go with standardized work, and that's it. So we continue. We're always doing it. We're always doing it. And like I said, in the Gemba walks, we see this. So when we walk out there and I see something different, it's like, wait a minute, what happened here? We're supposed to do it this way. And we just call the person and let them ask him why he changed it. And maybe at that moment he can tell us, oh, look, it's better this way or something. And we can see if it really works that way or not. But if not, we just keep training them and training them.
Okay, John. Thank you so much. Actually, I just read a comment on the chat that made me think about that we kind of envy you guys, because making a gemba on the beach could be sometimes really excited. But yeah, and we can do the last question. I will send it to you. It says, how was your management reacting to failures with someone with some experiments? When you were running some experiments, how they were managing and reacting?
First, frustrating, but it's interesting because I learned not to fall in love with the solution. That's something that I learned one day when I was in training with Dean, because they planted a problem, and right away in my head I already had the answer to that problem, right? So, but I said, no, this can't be done because this is the answer and it has to be this way.
Yeah.
And something that they would tell me is, don't fall in love with the answer. Don't fall in love with that solution that you have to that problem, because a lot of times we want to stick to that, and we're not open to those experiments.
Nice.
So when we did the rooms,
So, guys,
sorry, John. We ran
John?
out of time. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you so much anyway for your experience, okay, and sharing all this information to us. Thank you, Thompson.
But I again, guys, just this final quotation: "Don't fall in love with a solution." It's excellent to end with that, and it was great having another hotel case. So thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so much, guys.